Hello and welcome to Replacement Player Baseball. Today, the Cubs continue this 7-game homestand with 4 games against the Atlanta Braves. This is the first of 4 as we enjoy an evening game on a Monday here at Wrigley Field. The Cubs started out this homestand by taking 2 out of 3 from the Brewers. Now looking to build on that success against the first place Atlanta Braves. The Cubs are going to send James Paxton out to the mound today. He is making start number 15, is 10-0 with a 2.63 ERA and a 0.84 whip. The Cubs lineup today will include Xander Bogaerts, Tyler O'Neill, Kris Bryant, Wilson Ramos, Ian Happ, Jackie Bradley, Nico Hoerner, Paxton batting 8th, and Danny Santana batting 9th. For the Atlanta Braves, Max Fried is coming out to the mound. He is making start number 24 on the season. Coming in with a 9-3 record, 4.49 ERA, 1.37 whip. And the Braves lineup will include Christian Pache, John Camargo, Ozzie Albies, Ronald Acuna, Freddie Freeman, Travis Denard, Rafael Ortega, David Fletcher, and Max Fried batting 9th. It is 83 degrees, and the wind is blowing out to right at 10 mph today. So let's get this game underway. Paxton on the mound, facing Pache, leading off the game. And here is the first pitch, and he lays down a bunt. They go over to the left side. Bryant has it, throws to first, and nails him for out number 1. I didn't even get into talking about it. The Cubs coming in at 53 and 58 today. Third place in the NL Central, where they seem to have been stuck the whole season. The Braves coming in with the best record in baseball, or best record in the National League at least, 74 wins and first place in the NL East. Paxton will now face Camargo with 1 out and a 2-2 pitch. And here it comes. Strike 3 on the check swing, and that is out number 2. Albies now batting, 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the first inning. Paxton working. And that is lined to left center field. That is going to leave the park. So O'Neill watches it sail into the stands. That is home run number 20 on the season for Ozzie Albies. 396 feet to left field. And the Braves now have a 1-0 lead. Acuna now batting for the Braves. 2-2 count, 2 out. Paxton just having allowed the solo shot. And he comes back to get a pop-up on the infield. Paxton actually retrieves it himself to retire the side. The Braves score once, and they are ahead 1-0 going into the bottom of the first. Xander Bogaerts leading off against Max Fried in the Cubs half of the first inning. Bogaerts waiting for the pitch. And that's a liner into center field. That's going to be over the center fielder's head, go all the way to the wall. Bogaerts rounding first. He's got extra bases. He stands into second with a double. Leadoff double for the Cubs here in the bottom of the first inning. Brings up Tyler O'Neill. O'Neill coming up with a 1-2 count. And he lines that one over the third baseman's head. That one's going all the way to the wall. Bogaerts rounds third. He is heading home. O'Neill is going to have a stand-up double. And the Cubs have tied this game at 1. RBI double for Tyler O'Neill in the bottom of the first inning. And it brings up Kris Bryant. He is at 19 home runs. He hit 2 in yesterday's game. And here's the first pitch to Bryant. He lines that one into right center field. That's another base hit. Rounding third and heading home is O'Neill. The throw comes home. He slides. And O'Neill is safe. Bryant gets the RBI single. And the Cubs are in front 2-1. Wilson Ramos now batting. Runner on first. Still nobody out in the bottom of the first inning. And here's the first pitch to Ramos. And he is hit. He takes that one to the arm and heads down toward first. Bryant advancing to second on the hit by pitch. Bringing up Ian Happ. Happ waiting for the 1-1 pitch. He pops it up to right. That should be playable. Hanging up in the air a long time. The wind did carry it back to the warning track. However, that's going to be scored a sacrifice fly as Bryant takes the opportunity to tag up and advance to third. Bradley now batting. 1 out, runners on the corners. Here's a 3-1 pitch. And he takes inside for ball 4. That was a changeup that missed the plate, and the Cubs have the bases loaded with Nico Hoerner coming up. 1 out. Bases full of Cubs. Bottom of the first inning. Here's a 3-2 pitch. That is strike 3 called. Man, Hoerner did not expect the curveball right there, and he was frozen by it. So Paxton will now bat with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Paxton 0 for 10 on the season. Here's a 1-ball count. Grounder towards second. That'll be routine. The throw goes to first, and the side is retired. So the Cubs score twice, leave the bases loaded, and bat around in the bottom of the first inning. We go to the top of the second. It is a 2-1 Chicago lead. Oh, I'm sorry, they didn't bat around. Paxton was actually the 8th batter of the inning. I forget that Kerrywood likes to do that sometimes. So Paxton will face Freeman with a 1-2 count in the top of the second inning. That is popped up to left. It's against the shift. O'Neill has a long run, but he does make the play for out number 1. Darnaud is now going to bat with 1 out and a tongue twister standing up to the plate. Here it comes. That is popped up to right, coming in. Hayward, he is going to make the play. Or excuse me, Happ. Happ is playing right today. He makes the play for out number 2. Ortega now batting. 1-2 count. Paxton working. Here's the pitch. Liner over Santana's head into right field. That one is going to be a single. The Braves have a 2-out base hit. And it will bring up Dave Fletcher, former Cub, former Angel, stepping up to the plate with 2 outs and a runner on first. 2-1 pitch. That's a liner into right field. Happ is going to play that one on a hop. He throws to third as the runner is aggressive, and he advances first to third. Ortega is safe as he slides into third. Credit Fletcher with a single, and now Max Fried is the batter with 2 outs and runners on the corners. Paxton now trying to work his way out of a little bit of a jam. Here's a 1-strike pitch to Max Fried. Popped up center field. Coming in Bradley and making the catch for out number 3. So the Braves get a couple base runners, but they do not score. We go to the bottom of the second inning of a 2-1 Cub lead. Danny Santana stepping up to the plate for the Cubs. The switch hitter will bat from the right side against the lefty Fried. Here is a 1-ball pitch to Danny Santana. That's a grounder up the middle. The pitcher has it. Throws to first, and Santana's retired for out number 1. Bogarts now batting. 1 out, nobody on. 2-2 pitch to Xander Bogaerts. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Bogarts chases the changeup, and he heads back to the dugout. Tyler O'Neill now batting with 2 outs and nobody on. 1-ball count to Tyler O'Neill. Fried with the pitch. That is hit hard to left center field. That might be. It is gone. That is a solo home run for Tyler O'Neill, number 13 on the season. 433 feet out to left center field. And the Cubs have extended their lead out to 3-1. Chris Bryant now stepping up to the plate. Fried, having just surrendered his second home run of the day, is now going to face Bryant with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's a full count pitch to Bryant. That's a liner past the shortstop into left field. That is going to be a single for Chris Bryant with 2 outs. Bringing up Wilson Ramos now. 2 outs, runner on first, and a 1-ball pitch to Ramos. Grounded toward third. The throw goes to first, and the Cubs are retired. They do score another run on the Tyler O'Neill homer. We go to the top of the third of a 3-1 Cub lead. Christian Pescia will lead off for the Braves in the top of the third inning. Here is the first pitch from Paxton. Grounded up the middle. Bogarts has it. Throws to first, and that is out number 1. Camargo now batting with 1 out, nobody on. 2-2 pitch from Paxton. Strike 3 on the check swing, and that is out number 2 for the Braves here in the 3rd inning. Strikeout number 2 on the day for James Paxton as well. Ozzie Albies now batting. First pitch to Albies with 2 outs and the base is empty. Paxton looking for the sign. Here's the pitch. Grounded toward third. Bryant has it. Throws over to first, and that is out number 3. So the Braves are retired in order in the 3rd. We go to the bottom of the 3rd of a 3-1 Cub lead. Ian Happ batting for the Cubs. Here is a 2-2 pitch. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3 as Happ swaves at that changeup. He was way out in front of it. Bradley now batting with 1 out, nobody on. Full count pitch to Jackie Bradley. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and Bradley is set down. Fried records strikeout number 4 on the day, and it brings up Nico Hoerner. 1 ball count, Fried working to Hoerner. Lined in the center field. That is going to be a diving catch out in center field by Pescia. Just an amazing defensive play to end the inning. So the Cubs retired in 3rd in order. We go to the top of the 4th of a 3-1 Cub lead. Paxton will work to Acuna to lead off the top of the 4th inning. Here's a 1-1 pitch from Paxton. Grounded toward second, actually back toward the mound. Paxton, with cat-like reflexes, cut that grounder off before it got to Hoerner and flipped it to first for out number 1. Freeman now batting with 1 out, nobody on. Here is the first pitch to Freddie Freeman. That's going to be lined over the second baseman's head. Freeman is going to have a 1-out single, which will bring up Travis d'Arnaud. First pitch to d'Arnaud, and Freeman's running. There's a swing and a miss. Ramos' throw down to second, and Hoerner applies the tag. Freeman is thrown out, attempting to steal second base. He is the 2nd out of the inning. Ramos has thrown out 17 runners in 61 stolen base attempts this year. So now, Travis d'Arnaud is batting with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and he heads back to the dugout. Paxton accumulating his 3rd strikeout of the day. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning of a 3-1 Cub lead. Paxton stepping up for the Cubs against Max Fried in the bottom of the 4th. Here's a 2-1 pitch to Paxton. That's a liner toward third. The play is made, thrown over to first, and Paxton is retired for out number 1. Santana now batting, 1 out, nobody on. 1-2 pitch to Santana. And that's hit hard down the left field line. Santana got all of that one. That is going to be home run number 3 on the day for the Cubs, 448 feet, as that one lands out on Waveland Avenue behind left field. So the Cubs have taken now a 4-1 lead, and that will bring up Xander Bogaerts with 1 out, nobody on. 2-2 count, Bogaerts waiting for the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Bogaerts is the 2nd out of the inning, bringing up Tyler O'Neill. He is 2 for 2 with a home run and 2 RBIs today. O'Neill waiting for the full count pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So O'Neill heads back to the dugout. Fried continues to be plagued by gopher balls as we go to the top of the 5th of a 4-1 Cub lead. So Ortega trying to bring a little spice into the Braves lineup here in the top of the 5th inning. Here's a 2-0 pitch from Paxton. That's lined into right field. Happ grabs it on the run for out number 1. Dave Fletcher now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. 1 ball count to David Fletcher. Grounder toward third. Bryant scoops it up. Throws to first, and that is out number 2. And that'll bring up a pinch hitter. Adeiny Echeverria is going to pinch hit for the pitcher's spot in the top of the 5th inning for the Braves. So Max Fried's day is over. Apparently they were tired of having to get new balls out of the umpire's bag. So 1-2 count. Paxton working. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him with the cutter. So the Cubs go into the bottom of the 5th inning with a 4-1 lead. Chris Bryant will face Bryce Wilson in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bryce Wilson comes in with 110 innings pitched, 35 walks, 98 strikeouts, and a 4.99 ERA. So Wilson working with a 1-1 count. And here is the pitch to Bryant. That's a liner through the gap between the shortstop and third baseman for a single into left field. Bryant has just been white hot these last couple of days. Wilson Ramos now batting. Nobody out. Runner on first. 2-2 pitch. Ramos swings and misses at the fastball at 97. So he is sent back to the dugout for out number 1. And Happ now batting. The switch hitter Happ batting from the left side against the righty Wilson. Here's a 1-ball pitch. And Happ pops it up to right. That's going to be shallow, and it is playable. Acuna makes the catch for out number 2. Bradley now batting. 2 outs, 1 man on. Bradley waiting for the 0-2 pitch. And he lines that one into center field. Pesha is not able to get to that one. The throw goes to third, and Bryant, attempting to go first to third, is thrown out. Man, he was out by about 15 feet over there at third base. So Bryant, on the base running decision, runs the Cubs out of the inning. We go to the top of the 6th. It is a 4-1 Cub lead. Paxton will face Pesha, who just got the assist, actually, on the inning-ending play in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1 strike count. Paxton working. There's a grounder to short. Bogaerts has it. Throws over to first, and Pesha's retired for out number 1. Camargo now batting. 1 out, nobody on. 2-0 pitch to Camargo. And that's a grounder toward short. Bogaerts has it again. Throws over to first. Bogaerts and Santana got that one down. And now Albies is the batter. 2 outs, nobody on. 1-2 pitch to Ozzie Albies. And that's hit hard to right center field. That is going to be gone as Happ barely even moved. Albies goes yard for the 2nd time in this game, 420 feet to right center field. It is now a 4-2 Cub lead. Acuna now batting against Paxton. Top of the 6th inning, 2 outs, 1-2 count. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Paxton gets strikeout number 5 to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th of a 4-2 Cub lead. Nico Hoerner is going to lead off for the Cubs in the bottom of the 6th. It'll be interesting to see with the pitcher spot coming up next if we get a pinch hitter. Here's a 1-ball count to Nico Hoerner. And he lines that one right up the middle. He just about took the pitcher's head off. Give him credit for a single to lead off the bottom of the 6th. And Paxton now will be allowed to bat for himself. 0 for 2 today. Very likely a sacrifice situation. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Oh, and he hits that one on the ground. Perfect double play ball. 4-6-3, and the Cubs have just had a ground ball double play erase their base runner. So now Bryce Wilson is working to Danny Santana with 2 outs and nobody on. Santana waiting for the 1-ball pitch. Here it comes. Popped up to left, coming in, playable, and the catch is made by Ortega for out number 3. So we go to the top of the 7th inning. The Cubs are ahead 4-2. Freddie Freeman is going to lead off for the Braves in the top of the 7th inning. Paxton on the mound, having only thrown 65 pitches so far in this game. He's going to face Freeman, Darnaud, and Ortega in the top of the 7th inning. So, here is the pitch. There's a liner over the second baseman's head into center field. That is going to be a single for Freddie Freeman to lead off the top of the 7th. And now Darnaud is going to bat. Nobody out, runner on first, 1-1 pitch. That one gets away. The runner Freeman advances to second on the wild pitch, and that's going to put the runner in scoring position for Darnaud now. 2-1 pitch. Here it comes. Popped up center field. Jackie Bradley is coming in. He makes the play. That is out number 1. Freeman not able to tag up and advance, as that was only really a medium depth fly ball. And it brings up Rafael Ortega. 1 out. Runner on second. Ortega trying to help the Braves continue to cut into this lead. Here's an 0-2 pitch from James Paxton. Popped up left center field. Bradley heads over, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Freeman, again, feinted trying to tag up, but ultimately retreats to second. And now Fletcher is the batter. With a 2-2 count, there's a grounder toward third. Bryant has it. Throws to first, and that retires the side. So the Braves get a base runner, but he is stranded. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning of a 4-2 game. So, the guest conductor for the 7th inning stretch today is going to be Andrea Bocelli. Xander Bogaerts is going to lead off for the Cubs in the bottom of the 7th inning, facing Bryce Wilson, who's coming out to work inning number 3. Wilson working with a full count pitch. And that is popped up to left, heading over and making the play is Ortega near the left field line. That is out number 1. Tyler O'Neill now batting. 2 for 3 today with a home run, waiting for the 2-2 pitch from Bryce Wilson. That is strike 3 called. O'Neill watches the fastball go by at 98, and that is the end of his at-bat. Chris Bryant now batting. 3 for 3 today with an RBI. 2 outs, nobody on. Here's the first pitch to Bryant. Lined on the ground toward third. The play is made, the throw goes to first, and Bryant is retired for the first time today. So we go to the top of the 8th inning as a 4-2 Cub lead. Paxton with 78 pitches coming out to work the top of the 8th. He will face former Cub Albert Almora and as a pinch hitter in the top of the 8th inning. First pitch to Almora. Here it comes. Grounder toward third. Bryant has it. Throws to first, and that is out number 1. Pasha now batting. 1 out, nobody on. 1-2 pitch from Paxton. Popped up right field. Coming in and making the play is Happ for out number 2. Camargo now the batter. 2 outs, nobody on. 2-2 pitch from James Paxton. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3, and he sends him back to the dugout, retires him in order. So we go to the bottom of the 8th inning of a 4-2 Cub lead. Wilson Ramos is going to face the new Brave pitcher, Chad Sobotka. Sobotka has thrown 5 2/3 innings this season, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts, and a 1.59 ERA. He'll face Ramos, Happ, and Bradley in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here is the first pitch to Ramos. And that's lined past the shortstop into left field. That is going to be a single for Wilson Ramos, leading off the Cubs' half of the 8th inning. Ian Happ now the batter. Runner on first, nobody out. Happ waiting for the first pitch. There's a grounder towards second. Throws to short, the relay to first, and that is another double play. 4-6-3, and now the Cubs have 2 outs and nobody on base. Jackie Bradley batting next for the Cubs. 2-1 count, waiting for the pitch. Grounder towards short. The throw goes to first, and the side is retired. So the Cubs get a base runner, but they do not advance him, and we go to the top of the 9th inning. Is still a 4-2 Cub lead. James Paxton is going to be allowed to try to finish what he started. He comes out with 88 pitches in the top of the 9th inning, facing Albies, Acuna, and Freeman in the Braves lineup. Here's a 3-0 pitch from James Paxton. That is ball 4 high. He issues the leadoff walk on 4 straight pitches. And that will bring in a change. That will, in fact, prompt Kerry Wood to come out and bring in Trevor Rosenthal for the 9th inning. Rosenthal has thrown 46 2/3 this year, 30 walks, 50 strikeouts, 2.51 ERA. He inherits a runner on first, nobody out, and Ron Acuna is the batter. Here's a full count pitch. Rosenthal looking for the sign. And here it comes. Lined into center field. That's going to be over Bradley's head, go all the way to the wall. This will be extra bases. The runner is rounding third, but he stops. So the Cubs are now in a bit of a pickle here in the top of the 9th inning. Acuna hits a double. So Albies is on third. There's nobody out. And Freddie Freeman is the next batter. Freeman with a 3-1 count waiting for the pitch. He checks his swing, that is inside for ball 4. So the Braves have loaded the bases with nobody out in the top of the 9th inning. They trail by 2, and Travis d'Arnaud is the next batter. He is 0 for 3 today. Rosenthal working with a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and Rosenthal sends him back to the dugout with a fastball at 98. So that is the first out of the inning. Now Ortega comes up. He is 1 for 3 on the day, facing Rosenthal with the bases loaded and 1 out. Here's a 1-2 pitch to Ortega. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Ortega's sent down on strikes. So now there are 2 outs in the bases loaded, and Rosenthal is going to face David Fletcher to try to end this game. 2 outs, bases loaded, Cubs up by 2 in the top of the 9th inning. Here's a 1-strike pitch to Dave Fletcher. That's a grounder toward first. Santana has it, steps on the base, and that'll retire the side. Well, Rosenthal just did his best Wild Thing impression, loading the bases with nobody outs, and then worked his way out of the jam to preserve the 4-2 win. The Cubs got 4 runs on 10 hits. The Braves, 2 runs on 7 hits. Today's player of the game is the Cubs' James Paxton. He went 8 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, and allowed 2 home runs. Max Fried, on the other hand, suffers the loss. He drops to 9-4. He went 4 innings, allowed 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, and allowed 2 home runs. Paxton gets the win. He improves to 2-0, and Rosenthal is credited with his 3rd save. The Cubs, Chris Bryant went 3 for 4 today. Tyler O'Neill went 2 for 4, hit a home run. Santana also hit a home run. So the Cubs improving to 54-58, while the Braves dropped to 74-39. Thank you for watching Replacement Player Baseball.